This is Dr. Stephen Rath with Fusion Medical Spa, and in today's video I wanted to spend a few moments talking about Allergan's anti-fat or fat melting treatment, Kybella. Kybella was developed specifically for treatment of submental fullness. The mentum is the jawline, so submental is the area under the jaw, and that's the area that most of us are concerned with when someone gets out a camera. It's not unusual for to try to swing face onto the camera so you don't get the side profile. In a minute I'm going to show you my previous side profile and then put up a side-by-side comparison so you can see the results that I've had after Kybella. I've done 2 Kybella treatments. So Kybella is deoxycholic acid. Deoxycholic acid is something that the gallbladder naturally produces to dissolve fat. So some really clever guys at Allergan thinking things through said, okay, if the gallbladder is how our body normally processes fat, and deoxycholic acid is one of the things that it secretes to dissolve fat, can we synthesize this and use it in a medical application? And they've done exactly that. So the science behind Kybella is you take an injectable deoxycholic acid. It comes in a vial, you pull it up in syringes. We use a grid to, it's one of those temporary tattoo deals that you wet the skin, you put the grid on, and it transfers to the skin to give you a rough idea of the injection sites, and they're a centimeter apart, about a pinky width apart. And we do multiple injections into the chin. If we ice it down ahead of time, it actually isn't bad at all. Most of my treatments we've done in between patients or at the end of the day, and there hasn't been time to do icing. And it smarts a little bit, but it goes away very quickly. The duration of time that it smarts or stings a little bit is the time that the deoxycholic acid, the Kybella, is actually melting the fat cells. So the procedure involves someone coming in. We take a before picture of them. We put the grid on their skin, transfer it, mark it, ice, do the injections. We ice it afterwards, and then usually we'll bring patients back between 3 to 4 weeks, sometimes 4 to 6 weeks for the next picture and to repeat Kybella. Kybella can, how many treatments is it going to take? That depends on each individual patient. Someone that has a whole lot of submental fullness or under the chin fat is going to need more treatments than someone that just has a little bit. And you'll be able to see from my pictures in a minute the difference that 2 treatments made with me. But it's actually a really unique way of treating fat. And up until Kybella came out, we actually did laser liposuction under the chin. I have not done any laser liposuction treatments for submental fullness or under the chin fat since Kybella came out, because Kybella does just as good a job doing it. It gives permanent results. So the fat cells are killed permanently. Your body over time goes in and removes the fat cells, and the body's lymphatic system, the sewage system, gradually removes the fat cells, and that process can take up to 3 to 4 weeks, in some cases a little bit longer to occur. Are there any contraindications for Kybella? Typically, most patients can do fine with Kybella and are good candidates for it. And even patients that aren't candidates for other types of treatment like laser liposuction, Kybella can still be used. There is a little bit of loss of sensation, so temporary loss of sensation where you rub under your chin and you don't feel the same results. But that's typically the only the only possible issue. So I'm sitting in front of our 3D full body imaging system. It's the Vectra imaging system by Canfield Scientific. It's a really cool system, and it lets us take 3D pictures. Okay, so I've got pictures, my before and after pictures pulled up, and the one of the really neat things about the imaging system that we have is I can actually take the pictures, manipulate them, turn them around to show patients the difference. And we've never treated any patients with the stuff that we do here at Fusion where we have not been able to show them a positive improvement using this imaging system. Non-photo edited, we pull up the pictures right before them and show them the difference. So if you look at my my before picture, there's not a whole lot of definition to my neck. It's almost a straight line. The Adam's apple does not have a lot of definition, and a whole lot of submental fullness right under the chin. And when someone brought out a camera, I was immediately trying to give them a straight-on view to avoid seeing this in the picture. This is after 2 Kybella treatments. I now have definition under the chin. There's actually a natural kind of hollowing right here. My Adam's apple has more definition. My neckline has more definition. So, just looking at the pictures, we can see a really big difference. I'm going to close this out, and we have 2 pictures side by side that the scale is exactly the same, the lighting is exactly the same, and you can, I think, see even a little bit better because it took a longer period of time matching the exact images, and images and angles, but a whole lot of fullness here, whole lot less right here. I'm very happy with the results. We brought me back in afterwards and did a couple tripolar radiofrequency skin tightening procedures that helped the Kybella resolve sooner. But I'm a guy. This is a great example of what Kybella can do. And the majority of guys that I've ever actually talked to about how we feel about our body images, the majority of us have this chin issue. So this is filmed in May. We have Father's Day coming up in June. If my wife had offered me Kybella treatment a year ago, I would have snapped it up in a heartbeat. So I think this is great for fathers or fathers to be, or the guy in your life. It's also good for women, but guys, our self-confidence, I think a lot of times is actually tied more closely to our personal appearance and the confidence that we can project. We tie it very closely to how we look, and so when I can, with a whole lot more confidence, look into the camera and even from a side view, and not feel like I'm having a big fat blob under my chin be the focal point, it actually gives me a whole lot of self-confidence. So this is a short video about Kybella. I thought it was really important to be able to show a picture, live patient me, and the difference on the before and afters. My nurse Caroline was the injector for Kybella. I wouldn't want to try to do that on myself, so I have to give Caroline the credit for doing the Kybella treatments. If you have any questions, always feel free to give us a call, 575-257-4772, or look us up on Facebook, Fusion Medical Spa, or our website, fusionmedicalspa.net. Thank you.